guys? Welcome everybody to episode 22 of the Glitched Out podcast. I appreciate you guys being here for this. We have the pleasure of having the one and only Huck Holiday. He's a brand new guest, so I'm excited to have him on here. He's a really great content creator, really cool human being just in general. Also, we have returning guest, Issue Chief Craig, of the nickname I will never speak of. And we got, and we got the one and only Bites Roll holding it down with us again, man. Again.
Yeah, man. We're
back.
back.
We're gonna be covering quite a bit of stuff today. We're gonna have some nice gems of the week. Also, we have some really cool rundowns, some updates to some games going on, some updates to Identity. We'll be also touching on, and I should say, deep diving into My Friend Pedro, which is a pretty cool indie game. And we'll also be touching on Insurgency Sandstorm and some tech. But thank you guys for being here. Let's jump right into it. Huck, this is your first time here. Tell the people a little about yourself, man.
Well, I like long walks on the beach, holding hands.
Perfect.
No, I'm by day a mild-manner IT guy, father of two wonderful snot storms, but content creator of playing RPG or RPs and anything that involves shooting. Open to every game and just entertaining all around.
Nice. So pretty much Insurgency Sandstorm is like right up your alley.
It is grabbing my interest, yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I saw it a while ago. Me and you were actually talking about it before we started the podcast, and I could pretty much agree with you that I saw this game the first one that came out, and I was like, not really digging it. But I saw Sandstorm. I saw what they were doing in it, the new engine they were using, and I was like, I'm hooked. I could definitely play this.
Yeah, their first one, I believe it was free to play. It's been quite a few years since I played it, but that was my in between until I got into Counter-Strike, and it's pretty good. It for the realism from what I've seen, it looks really good. They're looking like they're nailing points that Squad is probably trying to hit on.
Yeah,
team based and everything, but it's pointing in the right direction. I'm liking it.
And if you guys don't follow us on Twitter, I asked you a couple of questions, man, and I got one issue with one of your answers. I'm not liking that much, but
which one is that?
I wonder which one it is. But we ran through asking some questions, and this was just pretty much everybody get a feel of who Huck Holiday was. He said his favorite game was Final Fantasy VII and Chrono Cross, a toss up between those two. I asked him favorite your video game or movie character that symbolizes you. He said Hank Hill. The hardest game he's ever played is Cuphead. I'm not gonna lie, I'm right there with you. And this is
salt inducing.
This is a question I'm kind of feeling like there was a typo. I mean, you could take this back if you want, man. But I asked him turkey bacon or pork bacon. I asked him. I actually should have written out, said real bacon or pork bacon. I should have just written it out like that. That's what I should have done.
Well, then that's just trick question right there. But because there is no alternative to pork bacon, because that is the real bacon.
All right, guys, the podcast was great. You guys have a great night. No, I'm joking. but okay, I'll stick with that. I hit you up and I was like, hey, is this a typo? I just want to make sure before we go into today's episode. But he said pork bacon, man. I feel like you guys are rallying against you, but I'm gonna catch one. I'm gonna catch one of these days.
If I could find a brand that actually tastes good, then sure, I'd try it, but I'm going to stick with the good old-fashioned pork. Give me one with a big old piece of fat on it, grizzle it up.
I'm going to find one for you guys. I'm going to find a really good brand.
Hope that this podcast gets sponsored by the biggest turkey bacon sponsor ever.
I'm just saying. If somebody's out there, Butterball, some turkey bacon companies out there looking for a podcast sponsor, we'll gladly swipe them up.
Jesus. Okay. Good luck, bud.
Yeah.
I'll ride that gravy train.
Could you imagine that? All right, guys, we're gonna roll a commercial. Brought to you by good Lord Jesus.
Yeah, Butterball. That'd be
Butterball. I'm just saying. But let's
before we move on. What do you do in IT?
Right now it's desktop support, but I'm looking to get into network and cloud infrastructure. Putting things on other computers and VMs, that tickles my fancy a lot.
Yeah, man, that's a big deal out there. That's nice.
All right, nice. Huckleberry, I got one more question. So you role play. What server are you on right now?
Right now, I main on Trulo Santos RP,
Mm-hmm.
and I am a senior officer. I play Sheriff Max Golden, down to earth little country boy out of Sandy.
Nice, nice. And like everybody else, you're probably corrupt, right? I mean,
Not yet.
You don't gotta say it a lot. You could wink. Just wink twice if you're corrupt.
Not yet. He is very strict. He loves doing his traffic stops and tickets and just even minor infractions, just giving people a hard time on.
All right, perfect. All right. Well, without further ado, let's jump into it. We have quite some interesting stuff to talk about in today's rundown. Good to see everybody in chat today. Thank you guys for being here. But let's jump on into it. So, boys and girls, if there is anybody in chat or watching, pre-recorded on YouTube, and you want to try your fancy at the new God of War, if you do have Amazon Prime, an Amazon Prime membership, you can get it for free for 30 days. There's a loophole right there. You can save 20%, guys. I'm talking 20% on the new upcoming game, God of War, and it's being released on April 20th. So if you guys want to do that, I'll drop this in chat. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's $59.96. I mean, you save 20% off that. That's a pretty good deal right there.
Drop it off immediately.
A hell of a discount.
I'm telling you guys, this is definitely going to be a game I'm going to be streaming. Is anybody else here going to be streaming this game when it comes out?
Maybe
For me. I'm with you, Craig. I don't have a PlayStation, so.
Well, yeah, I'm on the fence about getting a PlayStation just for it, though. It looks good.
It's definitely. I would say go for it. I actually got a PS4 to kind of throw that variety in there and play some story games, such as God of War, The Last of Us 2. So I would say go for it, man, because this year for 2018 is going to be a banging year for PS4. For some exclusives coming out too.
I was on the fence about whether to just pay for the PlayStation outright, or should I trade in my Nintendo Switch? I was kind of sitting on that one. That's a tough call for me.
Yeah, you should trade in that Switch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that one too. You got another good 6 months until they stop making games for it and come out with something else.
No.
Going off of what they did with the Wii and everything. So who knows? This might be the one where it's different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who knows? But Bice, you were saying something about, sorry to derail, but you were saying something about a new game just came out on your Switch, Bayonetta, right?
Yeah, Bayonetta. Yeah, Bayonetta 2. I've been playing that on the Switch. It's been a hell of a game. Been really, really enjoying it, man. It's so colorful and pretty, and the game mechanics are dope too if you're into like hack and slash.
Yeah, kind of like Devil May Cry and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Very close to it.
My question is, why would they do that to us? Because I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of Bayonetta fans, me, myself, and I. Why would they just drop it for the Switch? Why not all consoles?
You know what? I think they're just trying to drive more traffic into the Switch. Actually, it was a bit of a marketing ploy that they did because you got Bayonetta 2. If you purchase that game, they gave you Bayonetta 1 also for like a third of the price. So they basically gave you the first game damn near for free. So, you know, like I said, I think they're just trying to drive traffic to it. They know this is a popular game. People were requesting just a hack and slash type of game, and this one was pretty perfect for how the console operates, especially if you're just undocking and traveling with just the handset. Man, it's perfect.
There you go. All right, nice. All right, so that's our first one of today. Now I know there's quite a few people, me, Craig, and Huck and Bites, were talking about identity, and I saw a few people in chat hyped about that too. So for all you people feeling your identity fix, they finally announced a final date for them to drop the module on April 23rd. They're going to drop the Town Hall module. They said on their website, I'll drop the article in chat later, but they said on the website, it said with the original release date for the Town Square quickly approaching, it's become evident that we're unfortunately going to have to push back the date, although the delay would not be long. More work is required to ensure that the launch goes smoothly. We need time to reinforce our server structure and do more internal playtesting. The Town Square will be released to all founders and above 1 month later on April 23rd. This is the unfortunate reality of the game development, but we want to make sure you get a quality product which isn't rushed out the door too soon. They have more to say on there, but is that the first time they've actually released a solid date?
I believe
for
so.
Identity? Yeah, because it was all like speculation, like, oh, it might be this month, oh, it might be next month. But we finally have an official date, boys and girls. And I know Gnome, one of my mods, has been really hyped on the game. He's backed it with a bunch of money. And I'm so close to backing it because this is the RP game we all want. Oh, man. But I guess it's good news for a lot of people that have been waiting for it. My only qualm with Identity is they drag their feet. I mean, I'm not a dev, but like if your game is brand new out there and you know you're not going to be dropping on your dates, it doesn't make any sense to, you know, give us Costco samples. You know what I mean?
I'm fucking ready.
I'm ready.
Just fucking ready. I don't know what to tell you. I'm pumped. I'm hyped.
Nice.
I mean,
I'm
we're
not-
talking about this being the most perfect RP game. And to achieve perfection, Glitch, I mean, damn, it takes a while, bro.
I mean, yeah, but my only fear is that this game has so much hype behind it. Yes, that's the community's fault. That's my fault. That's a lot of role players' fault. Will it live up to the hype? Because I saw a clip. I don't know if you guys saw the same clip I saw, but I saw a clip of an officer. They're role playing, and the officer was investigating like some like meth call. Somebody was making meth in the RV. It looked pretty cool, but the player models look really, really stiff. They did say that's a placeholder as of right now. It'll be a lot smoother on the full launch or town hall module. I don't know. It didn't look that impressive to me.
I mean, they
just
did
didn't.
raise $1 million for the game, though. I mean, they got a nice chance to do something good here.
But that's what I'm saying. $1 million. This game better be the best of the best.
To be fair, most
better have something wowing.
AAA budgets span well over $1 million.
Do they really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, quite a few. I think they get up to. One of them was
Okay.
recently that came out 20 mil or something like that.
We should pull up GTA's budget. I forget what it was, but I mean, as you can imagine,
Yeah.
$1 million's chump change. So if they're able to do it with $1 million, and that's strictly by people that really want to see it happen, that's all the better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's definitely been some fails with quite a bit of money, aka No Man's Sky. All right, so let's move on.
Greatest game ever.
The best game ever. I remember some people were like, "Hey, they got the game," and I don't know if it was just me, but I saw that those guys lies. I was like, "No, something's off here." Like, you got a 0.00001% of senior friends. Like, what is the lure of that? Like, oh, I might be able to see my friends on the same planet I'm on, and I might not. There were player tests after player tests, and they proved them wrong. And then the dude just went MIA, just dropped the ball, and he said, "I'm out."
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right, so I'm going to bring this up on screen. We're going to jump into apparently Fortnite, which is a game we were also talking about before we started up the podcast. This game, I love it. It's a great game. I don't know if anybody in chat likes this game.
Over there. Damn. I said they're so good over there, man.
They are. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I jumped on today I was feeling like, you know, I wanted to scratch my Fortnite itch, and I jumped on today, and man, I got owned. I got a couple kills. I say I probably got like maybe 6 kills out of like 3 or 4 matches. So I'm getting better, yeah. But when people start building, I'm just like, I'm done. I gotta go.
That's the thing that ruins it for me. I can't keep up. It's hard enough just for me to pay attention surroundings and then building around me. It adds a whole nother level to it.
Yeah, when the game first came out, it was just like, you know, I see you, you see me, and let's shoot each other, see who dies. Now it's just like, I'm about to build a castle, I'm about to build the Mona Lisa, come catch me. And I'm just like, I've been watching clips like on Barstool on Twitter, people just like insane, like just building hella fast. And I'm just like, here I am trying to build this, you know, this tower going up, getting shot at.
Well,
I saw a
I end
guy
up
recently.
boxing myself in and trap myself. I died to my own trap.
That's a
pretty
good
much.
I mean,
Pretty much.
It's a really good one. I saw a guy build a sniper tower before. Like, who has that much materials? Number one, and who has time to build a sniper tower? Anyways,
I mean, all you do is go start chopping down some wood, you know, hang out in the corner of the map and wait for people to come to you, I guess.
But I will say, riding the rocket clips, seeing those and people creating their own stairway to heavens with it, that's really badass to see. But won't ever catch me doing it. Requires way too much skill.
No, like
and luck.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Like me, J-Dub, and Ideal, we played one of these previous weeks and we had a blast. We didn't do the best, but we had a blast.
Y'all
I
pick
would
up a random, or did y'all just run
we
the three?
wait. Was it? We had one person that came in chat, then he left. Then we kind of just rolled just us three because you could. I believe you can choose if you want to fill your squad all the way up or not. So
Exactly. Yep.
we
That's
didn't
why
want
I
to
was
do that.
asking.
Yeah, we didn't
Okay.
do that. But let's go over some of the patch notes. We're gonna touch on some of them. I will drop this in chat so you guys can look into it further. So they got a new point of interest. I think a lot of people have seen. Says try your luck at the new battle royale point of interest located on the southern edge of the island, which actually looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Looks like they got two new weapons. They got the hunting rifle, no scope, no problem, effective medium range, long range, and only holds 1 round in the chamber. So you better use it wisely.
Goodness.
Yeah, man.
As if sniping isn't hard enough already. Like, dang, you're gonna give me 1 shot in the chamber? Wow.
Well, you got the great equalizer, man. It's gonna be capable of very scary things. You don't want to give them too much. You don't want to give them too many attempts at it.
But
I mean, sniping is so hard in the game already. It's almost they try to put a realism to it because you got bullet drop. I mean, but
yeah.
This is for the pro snipers out there. If they can do well with this one in the chamber long range, they're badass.
Yeah, plus
Reward for their skill.
Yeah, and I can imagine that this thing has some pretty high damage too. You know what I mean?
Shot. I mean, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely headshot for
body
sure.
Shot. Yeah,
you think body shot
kill. Yeah.
Oof. Okay,
One in
that's
the
kind of OP.
chamber? And I'm assuming it's slow to reload as well. All the typical one in the chamber snipers. We'll see though. That's exciting to see that they've added something like that.
Yeah, I think it's be cool. Fortnite has been killing on the content they've been pumping out for real. I'm just like, wow. Every month they got something new. They also have the new Dragonfire Auto Shotgun. Save the world. This heavy auto shotgun unleashes a cone of fire and destruction, damaging all husks in its reach. That
stereotypical Chinese New Year dragon included.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but I'm not gonna lie, it looks cool, and people are gonna want that. So it kind of ties in the whole over the top cartoonish feel of Fortnite sometimes.
Hey,
what they don't mention is this an exotic? I mean, is this considered like a rare, or are they gonna do it like the new hand cannon? It's gonna be like a lot of them around. That's what I'm kind of concerned about.
Bites is trying to figure out how to get this thing, and he wants to know the deets.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just honestly, I think it might just be like a rare drop. Because I was playing, I did pick up like a minigun. That was a rare drop. No, what's a rare drop? I'm not sure. I don't know the color range, but I imagine that everybody's gonna be running around with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it says also got Brave Beginnings, Save the World. Save the World. Adventure alongside Val on her quest to become a defender. Guess we got a new character. So there that goes. Yep. They also
Val.
Yeah, get out here, Val. They also fixed some of the crashes. It says crash fixes on all client platforms. They also got controllers and mice can now be used in tandem. I don't know why anybody in their right mind would play with a controller and their mouse at the same time, but
I don't like that.
I do on GTA, to be fair.
I mean on GTA because they're driving vehicles. There's no vehicles in Fortnite though,
That's fair. I'll give it to you.
Maybe it's because of the building mechanic.
You think so?
You might be onto something.
That might be the new meta, using a mouse and control at the same time.
God, that's just stumbling over yourself even more there. That's just asking for problems, you ask me.
Pretty much. They have several UI updates. Notification of UI has been updated animations and now promptly exits the screen when dismissed by an icon. Added a confirmation dialog for exiting the game using the Windows close button on PC. They got a few bug fixes such as ping. They removed some heavy hitching that could occur during texture streaming. Fixed issues that cause location text and party finder to clip into buttons now marquees properly. Along with that, also they fixed some known issues. They got a few, they got the hunting rifle. This is the single shot rifle that has no scope and is effective at medium to long range, uncommon and rarity. So there's your answer for that one. Found in treasure chest and floor loot, plus some other fixes. But I mean, we could honestly. I mean, there's quite a bit. But let's. We're gonna drop in the chat.
This is actually just gonna be like an epic weapon. So like,
pretty
probably
much
gonna see it maybe once or twice in a match.
Oh, we'll see it a lot on Twitter for compilations and stuff. People one-shotting people in the face doing 360 backflips. So
Yeah,
that's something to
I
look
can
forward to.
believe that.
But let's jump into the bulk of it. That is it for the rundown today. We also, so if you just came in, we're doing the rundown talking about God of War. If you have an Amazon Prime membership, if you don't, you can get it for free for 30 days, save 20% on the game coming out. Identity has actually finally announced a date, April 23rd, for their Town Hall module. And we just covered Fortnite's 3.1.0 patch notes. But let's jump into it. I saw this game. I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday and the day before, I've been like this weird YouTube rabbit hole. Has anybody gone down one of those before?
Yes. So
Every
many
day.
fucking times.
Yes. You're sitting there and you're just like, let me just look at pictures of cats. And the next 4 hours, you're watching like unexplained phenomenons in people's houses. That's right.
Close
That's
enough.
where I ended up yesterday.
Jesus.
I started with Gamerangs videos. I ended with like the unknown tranny epidemic in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But I did learn a lot about trannies in Japan.
Oh my goodness, that's why I don't use autoplay in YouTube, man, because of that.
It's like bingo.
Do you know what happens? It's that stupid like suggestion on the right side, all those videos. You're like, oh, I'm halfway through this video. Why don't I just scroll up and down this bar and see what else I can
You're
watch
right.
next?
It is literally it's the candy at in the middle of the waiting line at the grocery store. That's what that is. Hey, I see you came for some apples and some carrots, but how about a little bit of Hubba Bubba?
Yeah, Hubba
He goes,
Bubba.
yes, I would love some Hubba Bubba.
Hubba Bubba.
Pretty
Oh,
much,
shit.
man. And I was like, I literally went through this like 3-4 hour just rabbit hole of just random videos, and you definitely find some quite interesting things there. And I also find some stuff that'll scar you for life that I found the other day too.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
internet
tranny
in general.
I was gonna say that's the internet glitch. It's like the
Yeah,
two things
man.
I don't do when I'm sitting on the toilet. I don't go to Instagram and I don't go to YouTube.
You don't go to
end up
Instagram on the toilet? Man, I'm
I
always on
can't,
Instagram
bro.
on my toilet.
That's
No,
the
you're
only
gonna be
time I
in there in
get
an
to
hour.
catch up on it.
Really?
Dude,
Yeah, pretty much.
I
I'm
mean,
in and out, dude. In
you're
and
just
out.
in and out. I mean, guys, honestly, like let's take a quick poll. We're not gonna talk about our bathroom habits, but I mean, I guarantee at least 90% of the chat and the cast right now at least use their phones on the toilet. I know I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, guaranteed.
No, I'm not arguing the fact that people don't use the phones on the toilet.
Instagram.
I'm saying those two apps, I'll end up living in the bathroom if I do that.
Bro,
Fair.
I've not gonna lie. If you you kind of space out, and the next thing you know, you're like in the bathroom for 20 minutes.
Like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man.
I finished shitting 20 minutes ago.
20
What
minutes
am I
ago?
Yeah,
doing?
and then you're just
dead
sitting there
legs, and then you know you've been doing it too
Yeah,
long.
dead legs.
And then you gotta
ate
get
a
up.
snack.
Yeah, you gotta.
Mhm.
snack while
you
you
got-
was there.
I don't know about snacks,
Batteries
bro.
low.
I don't know.
Not in there. No.
This man's got a full meal in the bathroom with him.
Your phone's on 10%. It was at 85 when you got in there.
Bro, you gotta go prepared, man. You go in there with a battery pack, or you go there with a charger, man. I got one pretty much in every room. I'm prepared to go. The worst is when you stand up and your legs are numb, and you kind of just stumble around, or you just hang on to that handle real quick.
Dude, we're talking about the perfect recipe for getting yourself into a black hole in the bathroom is doing that. So
Hey, I'm just saying. General says he doesn't have a cell phone. Oh, I'm sorry about that, man. But some people could do without it. Some people could do without it. Me personally, I
Jenny
can't
Hill
do
in
it.
chat says is they bring their iPad. I mean,
bring your
might as well
iPad?
move a TV into the bathroom.
Yeah, might as well just get your big screen TV, put it in the bathroom.
iPad's the best thing. It's mobile for everywhere. Phone is if you're out at like Target, Walmart, something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I end up.
I gotta know.
having
I
to.
gotta know now. What is Vic paranoid about bringing the phone into the bathroom?
I was just gonna ask that, right? Well, maybe dropping it. I'm not gonna lie. I've actually flushed the phone
Oh,
down the
man.
toilet.
Same.
I've done it.
I've done
I've
that
done
too.
it. It is
Yes,
the
sir.
worst. And on top of it, I borrowed it from a friend. My phone broke. You know when you send your phone to like, headquarters or whatever to get your phone, insurance switched out? He let me borrow like a little like random like LG flip phone. And I'm sitting there
Like
and I
a
go to-
burner.
yeah, like a
jerky?
burner phone. Like I was like a like I was like a drug dealer or something. It is like one of those little flip phones, and I don't know why I had it in my hand because it's a flip phone. You can't do anything with it. And I go to stand up, and I, like I said, sorry guys, I flush the toilet, and then for some reason my body couldn't do two things at once. And right when I flushed, I let go of it, and I just look up at the phone going slow motion. It just goes whoop, and it was gone. And I was like, yo.
I had to be mean to my dad once, but I had to be honest. It was one of those. It wasn't those you're being mean spirited, but you had to really break it down for him. And he goes, "Well, I don't want to do this because someone's gonna hack my phone camera, and look at me." And I said, "Dad,
Oh my goodness.
you're not Wrong. This is always a possibility. Your
That
phone
is.
could be hacked. Your camera could be like, but Dad, we can answer a question. He goes, what? I said, who wants to look at you through your phone camera?
That is very true. That is very true.
I've always had the mentality, if that's going to happen, they can see the weird shit I'm doing. Go
I
for
mean,
it.
yeah,
You want to be scarred for life? I will
Right?
bring you
Yeah.
to
What are you
the
gonna
light.
do? Report it to the police? You hacked my phone, motherfucker.
They will never ever hack anybody's phone ever again.
Yeah, you want to get to know me personally? Yes, go ahead and hack my phone.
I
We're
mean,
gonna be real personal after that.
Good
But the
Lord
worst
Jesus,
thing,
man.
G, about this story that you're telling, the worst thing that was kind of like the pinnacle for me
Mhm.
is having to explain to somebody what happened to your phone. You know, it's the worst part.
Yeah, man.
know?
I was like, hey, so by the way, man, I flushed your phone down the toilet. And he was like, what? And I was like, can I borrow the other one? And he let me borrow the other one. So we're good friends. That's what friends are for right there. You don't know your friend's real unless they let you borrow a phone after you flush the other one down the toilet. That's how it goes, chat.
I'll tell you right now, completely honest. If you came up to me, you said that, I wouldn't give you my phone.
But you wouldn't know, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But I wouldn't know.
yeah, that's the thing. But he's a good friend, unlike Craig, apparently. Dang, man.
We'll
All
get
right.
there. We just need to bond some more.
We need to. I don't even want to know what Bonnie entails, bro. But let's.
Fishing trip.
Oh my
Lord
goodness.
Jesus.
I've dropped my phone twice in the toilet. Once at work in one of those super toilets that will take your arm if you're not careful.
The whoosh.
And then I dropped it in an airplane, which is another super toilet. Basically.
Oh, you dropped the phone, and oh man,
Yeah,
you're not
man.
getting that back, bro.
Nah,
Dang.
neither phone I got back. It was
Were they like expensive phones, or were they just like burner phones?
They were actually 2 iPhones, honestly.
Oh, and that hurts.
Ooh,
That hurts
man.
right there.
And the insurance claim hurt. Like the whole thing hurt. I was just,
yeah, I mean, they're like,
Hey.
so the reasoning behind your claim today, sir, you're like, yeah, man, I flushed it down the toilet.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's actually not the worst that could happen. You could also, for some odd reason, when I drop my phone, I go to kick it. Has anybody done that? Or am I the only one?
Oh no, it does the slow mo drop,
Yeah,
and
and
you
you're
go to try to hacky sack it, and you
and
just
you're
end up punting it across the parking lot.
Yeah, and then there goes your screen. Every single time, never fails, man.
2 times I've done that.
Good Lord Jesus.
And the phones are so trashy today, man. Like
Mhm.
a drop like that, there's a high risk of breaking it already.
Mhm.
All this glass that these phones have, it's not like back in the day with the Nokias that you could just foot
Bro.
across the room, no
Well,
problem.
not even the Nokia, the Razor. Everybody had a Razor.
Oh,
you
the
could
Razor,
bend that
it's
thing in
indestructible.
half,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it
yeah.
still would work.
Yeah. Yeah, those old phones, man, you could chuck someone on someone's head and, definitely hurt someone with one of those. These phones are so fragile. But you would think, seeing as how often people drop phones, and I see people in chat talk about it too, they would make the screens a little thicker. But, it is glass. What can you do about it? I don't know.
Well, there's the
Buy the extra shit for the phones. I mean, that's the whole marketplace is. Yeah, we're not gonna build a super
Indestructible,
strong
yeah.
phone. Yeah, we want you to go and buy the protection for it so we can make even more money.
Mhm.
That's
It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Snake Chef says, my girlfriend dropped her phone in the toilet on a cruise ship. You're not getting that
Ooh.
back.
That's gone. I wouldn't want that one back.
I wouldn't want it back either. That one, they can have that one. That's
Yeah,
on me.
yeah. I'm just
There's
gonna
a
go
lot
buy
of
a new
asses
phone.
on a cruise ship, bro.
Good
A lot of
Lord
asses.
Jesus, man. We can talk about phones and toilets all day and hacky sack. Let's jump into the games. We're gonna talk about My Friend Pedro. This is actually a cool small little gem that I stumbled upon in this rat hole I was going down the other day. This game right here is supposed to be released in 2018, maybe the end of 2018 or maybe the middle. As of right now, they don't have a definite date. The developer is Dead Toast Entertainment. The publisher is Devolver Digital. Devolver Digital has been pumping games out like no joke.
I'm telling you, they're becoming one of my favorite publishers. Man.
They have some really good games. They got this one. What's the name of it? It's something jousting. It's like called penis jousting. I don't get banned on Twitch, but that's a legit game. Not even gonna lie.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's a legit game. They got I
Wow.
would never play it, man. If you want to play it, anybody in chat wants to play it, just go in your spare time, go to incognito mode on Google.
Well, we've all thought
look
about it, but now there's a mechanic to
Wait,
see
wait,
how
there's
we
a
can.
game you
go.
can play now.
Speak for yourself.
What are we
bro.
doing?
I've never thought about
Hold up.
jousting like that.
I'm just saying, if you have, this is the way you feel your fantasy. You go, it's just, we're not showing that on stream, but it's just something else, man. I thought it was actually pretty funny. People actually play it on YouTube. So if you guys have spare
what
time.
game was it?
Penis jousting?
Oh, everyone's done that.
Wait. Let me look this up. Give me a second, chat.
Glitch, don't let Craig get you. That was a trap. That was a trap question.
Pretty much. I don't.
Whatever. Get you to say it over and over again.
He's in the background giggling like a schoolgirl right now. But but let's jump in. So we're talking about My Friend Pedro. The summary of this game is actually pretty cool. Blood, bullets, and bananas. My Friend Pedro is a definition of controlled chaos with a dash of potassium. Imagine waking up with a helmet strapped with explosives to your head and a floating banana proclaiming he's your long lost friend, all the while guiding you to this said freedom. Freedom will come at a cost, unfortunately. You have to jump, volley, vault, flip, and spray and pray, which is my favorite. Your way through each level, dual-wielding pistols, SMGs, shotguns, and a few other tools to lay waste to your opponents. If that's not enough, you will also have the power to slow down time at your fingertips to pull off some of the most over-the-top takedowns you've ever seen in the video game. The developers have taken inspiration from a lot of Bollywood, kind of over-the-top Indian movies, and the previously made Flash game. Yeah, which is also called My Friend Pedro. Some of you guys actually might know this is actually a Flash game that you can actually play right now. Not this version, but that's where they took the inspiration from. Because I typed it in, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not the game. And I was sitting there playing, I'm like, it's not the game. So this game is kind of like kind of a remake or remaster of the previous My Friend Pedro, which you can actually play right now. Yeah, really cool. But let's play a quick trailer. Give me a second. Let me figure out which one it is. And I'm going to show you guys what we're talking about. This is it's just insane.
G, I'm going to need you to come up with a Bollywood action movie list, like must watch.
I got you.
Films, man. We need that.
I'm actually not going to lie. I don't watch a lot of Bollywood films. I've tried to. It's just like, I can't say all of them, but some of the ones I've seen like over the top, just like this guy's driving a car, goes out of the windshield, does a somersault, kicks this guy in the face, jumps back into his car. And I'm like,
I like the same stuff I've seen, or they just do some extravagant jump out of a car and have 50 guns on them.
Yeah, it jumps up like this, and then he does his own thing, and I'm just like, this is too much for me. I can't handle this. But I'll
the guy slides his horse underneath a oil tanker that's about to explode. Like it was a motorcycle.
My favorite.
I saw that one. I was like, what is this?
My goodness.
We're gonna be watching the second clip, the gameplay one. So if you guys want to grab that,
hey, swag.
We're not gonna be doing the trailer. But this is a probably 1 minute and 55 seconds. We're gonna play it low so we can talk over it. But I'm gonna show you guys how ridiculously fun this game is. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Yeah,
yep.
Ready.
Ready, go. Also, guys, keep in mind this is a work in progress, so things will change. So you can jump off barrels. I mean, it's just like, it's one of those games where you just jump into and just play mindless.
Yeah, just like he's doing
moving the
parkour.
environment and everything is really nice.
Yeah, jump through doors. They can roll under stuff. You can use barrels. There's actually a skateboard in this game which you could ride downstairs, do kick flips off your opponent's heads too.
Did you see where
like the Matrix, what we all wanted?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see where he was doing this same shit, but he was riding a motorcycle?
I saw that. Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
That was dope.
That was actually pretty cool. Honestly,
this is as ridiculous as it is an artistic masterpiece.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. So some of the cool features about this game, so you have dual wielding. You might be sitting here, and I'm not gonna lie. At the same time, I was like, how do you dual wield? So how it works is, when you have two weapons, you kind of drag your initial cursor, you right click, and then drag to the left or right, which way you want the gun to point, if that makes sense. So one cursor locks one gun in one direction, and use the other one to kind of spray wherever you want to spray. It has the whole typical WASD. Yeah, it has a typical WASD friendly. Obviously, that's pretty much the norm for shooters. The button layout's obviously pretty friendly and pretty easy to learn too, which is really cool.
Do you think he did this in one take?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, this would take a whole day just to figure out how to get through the first door.
That was choreographed, big time, but it was sexy.
Pretty much. But I mean, from what you guys seen out of that, what's like a minute 55 seconds? Well, I mean, what do you guys think about that so far? I mean, would that be a game you would play? Yeah.
I'd give it a shot.
Oh yeah, because even a fail on that one would come out spectacular.
Be
Personally,
giggle-worthy.
yeah, personally, I don't know how long this game is. I know there's few different levels of slaughterhouse. You got this one, and I think there's a highway one, which Bites was talking about, where you're speeding down the freeway on a on a bike. You do backflips and front flips and just blow people up, which is pretty outrageous. But I mean, I don't. As of right now, there's no price. So if you are wanting to buy this game currently right now, there's no price. But as it does develop, more information is put out, I'll definitely keep you guys updated on this one for sure.
Vic's not wrong.
What do you say?
There's
By
no
the way,
fishing.
Yes, there's no fishing
No
though. There's
fishing.
no fishing though.
You don't
Is
have
anyone
any
else getting
time to fish.
some stream choppiness, or is that just me?
I honestly don't know. I personally don't know. Are we chopping for anybody else? I know B said something about my camera was doing something fancy, but
Yeah, I just started looking at it on my end too. I just saw that.
yeah. Is it just my cam or everybody's? Nah, it's choppy. Yeah, every time the video plays, it's choppy for me. We're not dropping any. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Oh. Encoding overloaded.
That
Alright.
explains it.
That would make sense, but we're not dropping any frames though. All right, let's keep going. So, like I said, this game has a typical, pretty much user-friendly layout: WSD space and the right mouse button to dual wield. You can also use your environmental tools such as frying pans. There's actually a part which they didn't show in there, so you run through this part in the kitchen. You throw up a frying pan and you can shoot off the frying pan into your enemies. It's a mess, man.
Like ricochet bullets.
Yeah, ricochet, straight up just ricochet
oh
off the frying pan.
I saw that, and that's really cool. Like getting the environment involved, moving the barrel and the
Mhm.
frying pans and everything. That has me sold.
Yeah, I missed that, but I'm definitely gonna try to play this. This is right up my alley here in terms of action. It looks gorgeous. I like pretty games, and a lot of shit lighting up and arcade style. So I'll definitely check this one out for sure.
Yeah. Now, my question to you guys is, so I like to play the devil's advocate for some games. What do you like about this game, and what do you dislike about this game? Because we generally look at the game, we're like, oh, I like this, I like that, but what do you dislike? What could they change about this game? Go for it, Craig.
We're gonna. Sorry. We are going to take a look at this in terms of like dislike. What I like about it, artistically, it's very nice. I at least saw good frames and I saw good performance. It looked fun to play, and that's some good stuff. In terms of things I don't like, it looks like it's a little limited in what you do. And maybe that's because I'm biased, because I'm a guy that plays games that I can do anything on Earth, and then taking it, kind of narrowing it down to I'm going to shoot people and I'm going to flip it up. But I think at the same time, that's kind of the point of the game. You're here to shoot people, you're here to do funny, ridiculous stuff while you do it, and what have you. So I didn't see fishing, so that's going to have to be another negative. But mostly it looks like for what it's very upfront and what you were getting and what you're going to be laughing / enjoying experience wise. So
yeah,
Craig is like, how can I turn this into an RP game?
Yeah, could I role play in this game? Can
excuse
I
me,
mod this
sir?
for
No,
fishing?
because they'd immediately shoot me. It'd just be RDA.
Yeah,
It'd be no RP.
Vic says pretty much if a
Mod
game
it
has
for
if a game has no fishing in it, Craig, that's already like down 1 point, down 1 or 2 points.
So 7 of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay. What do you think, Bites? What about you, man? What do you like and dislike about this game?
I'm gonna go with like a 7. I think like I said earlier, it's pretty. I like the arcade style, kind of like the hit points kind of popping up when you shoot and kill people. I don't know if I love it, being like a side scroller. I don't know if I necessarily love that. But simple can be good. Simple can be fun. If it's one of those games that you can just mindlessly play and not have to do anything too complicated, man. I'll Super Mario all over the screen with this one.
Yeah.
So like a 7 for me, I would say.
7 out of 10, playing it safe. Okay. What about Mr. Huck Holiday?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 7 out of 10. It does look good. It won't, unless they add certain things, just since this is a test one for it, but it could get old real quick. It does tickle my fancy for speed running though. So seeing how fast you get through it, or how
Mhm.
creative or something you could do, but
Mhm.
animations look a little just plain for
Look a
me.
little stiff, definitely. I'm right there
Yeah,
with you. Yeah, yeah. And what would you rate it out of 10?
7 out of 10 on that one.
Okay, 7 out of 10 across the board. All right, for me personally, the game is fun. I was just gonna say the same thing you said, Huck, about the whole speedrunning thing. It would be perfect for speedrunning communities. They already did it on the previous Flash game for Pedro. The action's over the top. I like how you can use some parts of your environment to take out your foes. The part I don't like, at least what they don't make, I guess I'd say readily available to see, is the story. I don't think there's a lot of story behind it. It's definitely one of those games you just jump into and mindlessly just destroy your foes for a couple hours. I would definitely say there's probably, for this game, I would only play once. One and done. That'd be it. You know, the replayability is probably pretty low for me personally. But like I said, for speedrunners, you probably played a couple times. And the animations, I'm digging them. They could be a lot clearer and smoother, but that's about it. I would give it a 8 out of 10.
8?
8 out of
Breaking
10.
the mold. Geez.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
lead
should
the
have
pack.
known Glitch was gonna be different.
Be different. I'm just saying you gotta lead the pack. I'm just saying you can't follow everybody else. But I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'm looking forward to playing this game. And so, how much money would you? It's kind of a dumb
Oh,
question, but
wait. They
what?
did say, I know you said that it looks limited, Craig, but they did say the levels will range from close quarter action to wide open freeways
Okay.
utilizing vehicle combat.
8
So
out
Yeah.
of 10.
that
There we
changes the
go.
game a little
Now,
I
if they bring
boosted.
in a fishing pole for you, that'll be a 9 out of 10.
bit. Right?
Even if I could just whack people with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they wouldn't probably bring in fishing, but they would just bring in the fishing pole for you to smack people around or throw it at somebody.
Mod support. Who knows?
There you go. There you go. You
My
should.
support does make it better. It can. You know?
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So I mean, like I said, I go to the 8 out of 10. Personally, for this game, especially a game like this, I would say it's probably gonna be around $20 and under for this game for sure. It's like $19.99, $15.99.
I'd say 15 top.
Yeah, I would definitely not pay more than $30 for that game.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't go over $20 on this. That'd be a
And that's
little.
the downside
pushing
of
it.
limitation.
Oh yeah, the statute of limitations.
No, I said that's the downside of limitations. When
Oh,
you throw your game out, you're just like, this is what it is. You lose
Mhm.
out on a high price point because you're like, why would I pay that much? You're just doing what you just said.
Oh, very true, very true. Speaking of Devolver Digital,
Mm.
there's a couple of
Ah.
games that I wanted to. You okay, Craig?
You said Devolver, and I just read
Oh.
Strings Club, and I just went, mm.
How was it? How is that game? I remember you talking.
So
Yeah.
fucking good. It'll be the best
Oh.
$15 you ever spent.
I'm so happy to hear you say that, Craig. I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Did you play it?
I played part of it. Yeah, I played like
got
the
emotional.
first maybe 30 minutes, somewhere around there.
It's damn good. And I still listen to the soundtrack. I listened to the soundtrack this morning.
Mhm.
Soundtrack is amazing. I told you that.
Oh, Glitchmaster
So-
said I actually did not like Red Streams Club.
Well, no one
Dang.
cares about him, but
You had a bad time with it. Do you mind me asking, Glitchmaster, what about it was not your forte?
we gotta know now because
We gotta
just
know.
phenomenal. I wanted to clap like an idiot. Like
We gotta know.
I'm that guy at movie theaters. Like
Mhm.
at the end of the movie, everybody claps, and I kind of look at everybody like, "What are they fucking here?"
Weirdos.
Same.
Yeah. But for Devolver Digital, they've been publishing some pretty good games. They did Absolver, which I know had this like nice little time in the spotlight, which didn't go, it was one of those, flavors of the month. They have
Mhm.
Hotline Miami 2, which I know a lot of people play. Crossing Souls, which we asked to cover in a previous podcast, which looks amazing. Red Streams Club, Mint, Gorin, Strafe, and Broforce, and a couple other games. But I mean, they're definitely doing great as a publisher for sure.
Oh yeah.
And they actually got Reigns, Her Majesty, which I've heard people play too. So, which is actually available on iOS, Android, and PC. If you're wondering, yeah, we're still all right. We'll get back to Glitchmaster. Copyrighted. But let's move on from that. Let's talk about this game, Insurgency Sandstorm. It's going to be released in 2018. Developers New World Interactive. Publisher Focus Home Interactive. Platform is going to be PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. Engine is Unreal 4. So they've actually upped the engine they're using. So it looks hand over pills a lot better than the first one. Little summary of this game says, as the third installment of Insurgency, and as the first one, this is obviously when the first one's gonna hit console for the first time. So if you do have a console, definitely check that out.
Ooh.
Yeah. Insurgency Sandstorm is shaping up to be the next big tactical FPS. Insurgency Sandstorm is set in the unforgiving rural lands of Iraq, where the scorching heat and your foes will do everything in their power to make it a one-way trip. Sandstorm aims to shift this gameplay away from the typical blockbuster military power fantasy movies and more towards a indie film rooted in reality. The developers have put the single-player story, because they were talking about a single-player story, which they started focusing on when they first announced the game. They put that on the back burner to focus their efforts into making a one-of-a-kind multiplayer FPS experience, taking inspiration from Arma's hardcore tactical core and mixing in Battlefield's semi-arcadish feel. So you get like a little bit of Battlefield, Call of Duty, Arma, Squad, if you want to kind of throw those around there. So if you like any of those, you will love this game. But let's show a quick trailer so you guys know what we're talking about. And not gonna lie, it looks really good.
Oh, I'm excited for this one. Any kind of shooter and bring realism to it. You got me sold.
All right, so let me know when you guys are ready. We'll play this trailer.
I'm so ready.
All right,
No, I'm all ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
3, 2, 1, and we're playing the teaser trailer. Vamos.
Get rated.
That looks amazing.
It looks very clean, well put together so far from that.
That's hard to believe that's actual gameplay, man. It looks like-
Yeah.
Well, what got me sold is the sound. The sound of aircraft coming by with a fire. I forget.
Yeah.
That is just spot on sound.
Ooh.
Oh, and the click of it being empty.
Yes.
Now, this has me feeling that it's a narrative experience, just from the first person perspective and
Mhm.
kind of the cinematic of it. So I'd like to see narrative. I like to be into games for the story, not the multiplayer that comes with it.
Yeah, they did put the solo, I think it's solo and co-op solo and co-op story campaign on the back burner. So for all you people that wanted this story mode, you gotta wait. They said they will work on it after release. So if you're looking forward to that, cross your fingers, wait for it.
Which is a little backwards nowadays, I think.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. I'll deal with doing the multiplayer, but normally you get used to the game by story, get your
Mhm.
groove with it, then go into multiplayer with friends. But
Yeah. But I think the pretty much the driving force was behind Insurgency, because I watched a couple YouTube videos and some interviews and stuff for the previous games, is the multiplayer. That's why people play the game. So I say go for it. If they want to divert their efforts and put it on the multiplayer to give us one of the best experiences ever, I say more power to you. I just hope it's good. For me personally, I definitely do want to check it out. Some of the cool features about it is you got to have battle across expansive maps up to 16 versus 16 in online multiplayer or in co-op against bots. So you can actually play against bots if you want to, freshen up your shooting, get better, your reflexes. Emphasis on strategic gameplay with an addition of in-game positional voice chat. So that's really cool too. That's a good addition.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So you can also compete in Insurgency Sandstorm's ranked modes and rewards teamwork and objective play. Drivable vehicles such as helicopter gunships, which you guys did here in the video, drones, and drivable transport vehicles. Character customizations, weapon features, ballistic calculations, which take into account bullet drop and penetration power. Also, all new environments and utilization of the original Insurgency's levels design as layout inspiration, and they will have day and night maps. Yeah, and they're also talking about bringing this to esports, which we pretty much hear about every game, right?
Every game's gonna have esport.
Yes, Overwatch, Paladins, player-known battlegrounds, Fortnite. Everybody's trying to go to esports, which I understand why, because that's where the money is. But I mean,
maybe that means they're gonna release this game, and then with them focusing on the multiplayer aspect later, that when it actually launches, they won't have any server issues. Maybe the fact that esports is a potential goal or milestone for them to get into, for us as regular consumers, I don't know. Maybe we do have some super competitive players out there. Maybe we'll actually get a game for once who has a launch without those type of issues. So.
Yeah. I personally don't know how the first launch goes, but I mean, I hope this one goes smoothly. Has anybody here played the previous Insurgency?
I have not.
Years ago, I did. A while ago.
How was it?
It's very clunky. They had the realism down that they wanted to go for. It just didn't really translate well at that time. You can get the groups. I think you could get up to a group of 8 that are doing mini missions and such, but it was all right. It kept my interest. I put in close to 500 hours in the game, but
yeah, that's quite a bit.
I'd like to expand on something Beefu just said. He says not everything has to be esports. That's very true, and I agree with that a lot. My issue is when a game starts trying to be geared towards something, and when they develop it in terms of, okay, well, we want this to be the next esports game, and we want this to be the next competitive thing that people are winning millions over. I feel like they lose kind of track of their goal and what they're after in the first place. So instead of getting this competitive experience that's truly unique and all that horsecockery, we get something that's just made to be competitively played and have a bunch of assholes sweat over.
my thought exactly.
I'm drinking.
You could not have said it any better, Craig.
Yeah,
have I mentioned I'm drinking?
No, you haven't. You haven't told everybody you're drinking, but we get it pretty much. And it's just, I mean, the competition for esports is pretty strong. I mean, you got CS:GO that have had foundation for years. It's not going anywhere. But I can imagine. I mean, personally, I don't know a lot about esports, but I can imagine it's pretty hard to break in and keep a fan base in esports. Yeah, Call of Duty is the leader. Halo has failed at esports.
God, Halo failing at esport bummed me out. I was a
Halo
huge
tried
Halo.
really hard.
I wanted that to work.
I thought they were doing a good job. I saw a couple of matches. I thought it was actually pretty interesting.
It's not as hyped as everything else nowadays. You still even see Black Ops 3 esports or competitive for that. There's still teams going strong with it. And it's a horrible game.
Well, I think for a lot of game companies, it's much harder for them to launch a game without the esports framework kind of on the back end, and then try to turn it into an esports, esports-esque type of game versus, building a game with that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Whether they decide to do it coming out the gate or at a later time, years down the road, if the infrastructure is not right either way, it's kind of a fail. Kind of have no way to be successful. So,
but also it's like, you can build a game. I can imagine you could build a game with all the best features that accommodate esports, they help out with esports and they go hand in hand with each other. But if you don't have the fan base to support you in that esports category, then nothing's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah, because I imagine
16 versus 16 though. I mean, that
would be pretty interesting.
Man, that's kind of fun. Yeah, that sounds fun to me.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing this for sure. I'm a huge fan of Battlefield 1, Battlefield, all the other ones. So I'll definitely be playing this. Wasn't a huge fan of the whole realistic tactical shooters because I don't have patience for it. But This is like right in the middle, so it's right up my alley.
Okay, I'm feeling you.
But what do you guys like and dislike about it? That's the question.
A trick one.
I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna let others say things, and then I'm gonna come in.
I'll start it off. I think the military theme kind of games are always attractive to me. I mean, I like having a multitude of weapons and things like that in a game. Obviously, drivable vehicles are always fun, especially with the co-op experience. Some of the best memories that I have as a gamer is flying a helicopter in what was that last shooter I'm trying to think of now that everybody was
Squad,
playing?
I don't know, man.
Armored 3, Battlefield.
Battlefield, yeah. Sorry, it's right on
Yes,
the tip
there
of my
you go.
tongue.
Yeah.
Some of my funniest memories are flying vehicles and things like that in Battlefield with my friends. So you know, I kind of give it a little bit more credit than maybe what it deserves. But it sounds fun just from that point of view. And they said they have a few different game modes. Checkpoint operation and this outpost in co-op. Those seem like they're going to be pretty dope.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good, man. I don't know. I'm gonna stay safe on this one as well. This is probably like a 7 for me again.
Okay, 7 out of 10. Okay, all right. And what about you, Huck?
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this. The realism gets me. That will always win me over. The genre is just a dead horse. Everybody's making some kind of military style game. It's just nice to see a different spin on it. I really wish they would focus more on a story, though, bringing friends in. Something like old school, like we were talking about Halo, and it reminded me just being able to play with 4 friends and do the story.
Yeah,
That
is
just
fun.
that makes me happy. Destiny did all right with it, but that was about the only thing they did right.
God, Destiny,
Didn't
man.
we? But when we had that with Destiny, we wanted to be able to add more people to the story.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
4 people seems to be the normal that you can get.
It's the
But
magic
with a
number.
military like this, if you can get 16 of your friends together to play the story and expand on it and make it more difficult,
That'd be amazing.
Epic. Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Or at least
huge.
5.
Yeah, over 4 to 8.
Yeah, 4
that'd
to
be
8.
really 8. I think would be the max, but that would be a huge infrastructure. It would win me over if they focused on a story instead of just the rinse and repeat battle, fighting each other and last one living or one to the highest point, capture the flags type stuff. That's old news to me. That you think any kind of military game, that's just standard bread and butter for it.
Every
nowadays.
game does that. That's like the norm. Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. And I think for a lot of the OG Insurgency fans, such as yourself, so you guys are looking for something new, not just new graphics. You're looking for some new features, some new aspects, plus a new story. So,
oh yeah, I'm big on stories. I always, like I was saying, I start on a story, then I don't even start on multiplayer until I finish the story if they have it available.
Yeah, because it's kind of a cool way to get acquainted with the game. I know I did the same thing when it came to Battlefield 1 when I first picked it up on launch day. I jumped right into the story.
Oh yeah, just getting right into the lore of it.
I think that's I think it'll be good. Who knows what they're gonna do with the story in the future? But I'm right there with you. It'd be cool to see one for sure. For me personally, I'm right there with Bites and Huck. I love military shooters. Customization is gonna be really, really cool. Maybe you can customize the patches on your chest rig or your plate carrier. That'd be really dope. Obviously, we know your sights, stuff like that. Your grips and stuff, you'll be able to customize those. That's pretty much the norm. The sound is a bust, and the particle effects were epic. That's what really drew me. The particle effects, when you shoot the gun, it just looks good to me. It looks like an all-around good game. What I don't like about it, I would say no HUD. I don't know. I'm used to games with HUDs, like Battlefield 1, Call of Duty. They got the mini maps. You got how many bullets you got left in in your magazine, in your chamber, and stuff like that. So, but I know it does add to the realism not having the HUD. So that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. But I would give this how it looks, a little biased because I like shooters. I would give it a 8.5 out of 10.
Oh wow, nice.
Stardew Valley Esports. I just saw that. I got a good
And like,
chuckle out of
where's this
that.
game set in? Is it modern or is it like some later time period?
I don't know the date, but I know it's set in Iraq. So that's all I know about that.
Because that makes a difference too. Like if it's like modernized weapons and things like that, I'm probably more interested in that than fighting with some old stuff.
No, it definitely looks like it's modern day for sure. You got Humvees, you got the attack choppers. It looks like it's close to modern day, I would say.
Maybe it's at least 2000s, probably.
Because I know they dropped same people dropped Battalion. It was like 19 or 18 something. You guys remember that one? It's like kind of like CS:GO. But it's they dropped that one, so I imagine this would be like newer. For sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I definitely pick it up because I am looking for a new shooter. I know Battlefield has rumors going around of their new shooter too. So I'm looking forward to that one too. But like I said, for all the games, pretty much how it goes is as I find out more details, because a lot of these details were actually quite hard to find. There wasn't a lot of gameplay. I couldn't really show gameplay because this is like alpha. I didn't want to get a strike, you know what I mean? Using someone else's gameplay without permission. But as I find out more information on this, we will definitely jump back into it. And hopefully on release, we'll also jump back into it too. I'll definitely be looking forward to playing this. Did we miss anybody? Craig, you said you were going to say something about this?
I guess it's harder because this isn't the kind of genre I really like get into or dedicate like much thought to. It looks overall like it's going to be a pretty good game. No fishing, but there looks to be a lot of military things. From what I'm seeing in chat, probably not going to be much of a narrative experience. So I'm not seeing a lot of appeal to me, but I'm biased. I'm biased to games with narratives that tell a story that make me want to cry, even though I don't cry. So, um, I mean, it's going to get its precautionary 7 out of 10 because I'm not a big military shooter. I'm not a shooter game kind of fanatic. I'm an adventure. I'm an RPG, all that stuff. So
you like the lore.
There it is.
Yeah.
Craig likes the lore and the fishing and the.
Well, on your fishing, I did see a creek or body of water in part of that, so you can get a grenade and blow it out of the water. It's a different way of fishing.
There's fish in there, so it's going
well,
to
you could be the one that finds it for.
Yeah, we'll be over here playing and trying to get the objective. Craig's over there slicing his knife at it like a stream with fish inside of it. Hey man, anything could happen, Craig. We can make it happen.
Man, I'm sorry, I just don't get fishing, bro. I'm a city kid. This seems like the most boring.
I'm a city fella too. It's as far out as I get.
Is it, Craig? I know we're derailing this, but let me ask you: is it relaxing going fishing? What do you like about it?
Oh, so relaxing.
Oh my god, the best
fucking bugs, man.
The bugs, the gnats, the
spray some off on you, dude.
Oh man,
or catch them and use them as lure.
Yeah, the greatest thing, you spray some off because I hate bugs too. I am a city fella. I hate bugs, so I just go out there, I get everything ready, spray some off, grab a beer, maybe a bourbon, don't tell anyone about it, and just cast out. You get some fish, and you get to go, and you get to look that fish in the eye and be like, I bested you, motherfucker. But I'm going to let you go because I'm a bigger man than you. I'm a man in general. And it's relaxing. Sometimes on camping trips, you'll catch and cook. And
See, man, maybe if you said you were fishing for shark, I'd be interested.
I've gone shark fishing. I've gone deep sea fishing.
Yeah, like that, but just like the lake and shit up the street. I'm not trying to sit out there all day Saturday.
But, okay, my question: do you like go on like a boat out there, or do you do it from like the shore?
Yes,
but
I'll do either or. I prefer boat because I like boats. And I like getting out there. It's so damn peaceful. It's so damn calm out there, just doing your thing on a boat and fishing. And
I don't do it, man.
Most people call it a social thing, like bring some buddies out. Me, I'm like, no, this is my time, motherfucker.
Just
this is
you against the world, Craig.
You're damn right. Me against the fish.
I'm there with Craig on that one. Greatest memories growing up. I'm originally from Wyoming, and so I'd spend the summers riding my bike out to whatever riverbed or lake I could make it out there. Fishing pole and tackle box strapped to the handlebars. Best time I ever had, just all by myself out there.
And then I just took that obsession I had in real life and I brought it over to games and gave it weird conditions to make me weird. For those of you who do not know my conditions for fishing,
you need to have a fishing DLC or a mod in there for fishing, guys.
But here's the deal: in order for a game to be truly good, it cannot be about fishing. It cannot be a fishing themed game.
I was
It has to
just
be a
about to ask you
game.
Yeah,
that.
like,
Craig. Why
do
don't you just
you-
play a fucking
don't-
fishing game?
Do you
bro?
not like those fishing games? Like
No.
there's a new one that just came out.
It's about this because these developers out there know people like fishing as a side activity, as a little something something to pass the time, maybe relax because you've been busting your ass at the game. So I have more respect for the developer that takes the time and go, you know what, fishing's pretty viable in this game. Why don't we throw something in it? Not only that, why don't we make it good and worthwhile while we're at it? And that's where I get respect for a game, and that's why I value fishing so much. Final Fantasy 15 had the best fishing, and fishing was completely not necessary whatsoever in that game, but they did it anyway, and they not only did it, but they did it incredibly well. And that's why I'm so obsessed with fishing all of a sudden. Not just that game, but
Gotcha.
because it's so insignificant. But some people still put time into it.
What I got a question for you. In your opinion, what game has the best fishing mechanics in any
Presently.
game?
Not this. Oh my god.
Presently.
Yes, we're going down this rabbit hole. Here we go.
Okay, this is very easy. Presently, the best in-game fishing mechanics in terms of games that are not centered around fishing but have fishing in it, Final Fantasy 15. Arcade did a really good job. Mark did hit up on that. Deep sea fishing in Arcade was awesome. You got to actually battle the fish as if it was a mob, but you got to battle it in terms of fishing. So swing right, swing left, big reel, all that horse cock.
Mhm.
And you got to do that, but you got to do the same thing in Final Fantasy 15, but you had the amazing vistas, the fish, and all of, no shit, the fish. It was very good. So
Nice.
look at you
So-
looking up fishing stuff right now. Far
Uh-huh.
Cry 5 looks good.
I was just looking at
Craig,
that.
let me ask you this: if Monster
Okay.
Hunter World was a fishing game, you be all about it.
It does have fishing in it.
No, I'm saying instead of you hunting the monsters that are there, you just fucking hunting big ass fish.
No, if the point was fishing, it wouldn't be my thing.
All right,
If it was Fish
I'm
Hunter, I
just
wouldn't
double
pick it
checking.
up.
I'm just
It's
trying to
all
clarify.
about Monster Hunter has some pretty good fishing in it too. Look at that. I just saw that video on your stream of him fishing. I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, it looks actually, not gonna lie, pretty cool. I probably will never do that in Far Cry, but I'm glad they added that mechanic in there.
It says it's not very, it says relaxing 2 out of 10, exciting 8 out of 10. I'm looking for a 5.5 on both of those.
Looks pretty
I want to,
realistic.
it doesn't look too bad. All I know is I want to be able to forget that I'm potentially saving the world for a moment and fish. Because it's almost funnier that way. It was like, oh my god, the fate of the entire world is in your hands, and you're out here fucking fishing.
I was gonna say that's not a narrative that we've ever seen in a game where you're just action packed, gotta go, gotta run, save the world, save the girl, family, everything, just shoot, kill. But let's take 5 minutes to center and
It's
zen
Final Fantasy
ourselves.
15.
Wait, they have fishing Ark? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do. They did. It's not that great, but there's fishing and art.
Ooh, they have it in Daisy
Well, that's
too.
like with a
Oof.
lot of the mechanics in Daisy and Ark that needs a lot of work for fishing. Nobody.
Props to Black Desert Online for putting it in there too. But like we said in previous podcasts, I don't like Black Desert Online because everyone does it as an AFK thing.
Oh,
Anyone and
yeah.
everyone's just picking
yeah.
up a reel like, well, I'm not going to be here. I might as well fish. I don't like that.
Yeah. All right, we could talk about fishing all day, and I know Craig
No,
could too.
you can talk about
Bet
fishing
your
all
ass.
day. I'm not talking about fishing all day. I got shit to do.
Greg and I will have to pick that up sometime.
Yeah,
That's-
you guys don't have a fishing podcast. You guys could do that. But let's move on to something I saw, which actually is really, really cool. This kind of goes hand in hand with whole Twitch's new guidelines. YouTube hopefully stepping up. We don't know what's gonna happen with that, but this is addressing racial slurs and homophobic slurs in the Rainbow Six Siege community. It says Rainbow Six Siege to launch new ban system to combat racial and homophobic slurs. It says Ubisoft
Good.
will, I say more power to you. Ubisoft will beef up
Support
its ban system in Rainbow Six Siege next week, targeting players using racial and homophobic slurs or hate speech in game. It has announced the company will ban players for either 2, 7, or 15 days, depending on severity, and will permaban the worst offenders. It says in a
Ooh.
Reddit post. Oh Lord, I can't wait. People are about to get banned like no joke. It will look at each incident on a case basis, and it sounds like the new system will also be able to identify hate speech automatically. Whoa. When asked whether this was the case, a Ubisoft representative said the system will not be reliant on user reports. So they're gonna make some type of algorithm to. I mean, now this is my question: is it gonna be? How are they gonna do it over VoIP? Like, the only way I could think about catching someone in the act over VoIP is recording your gameplay. You know what I mean?
And here's what's even more
There's
confusing. They say that the system also will not target simple trash talk. Like, how is Ubisoft supposed to determine what's simple trash talk and what's not?
I'd
Well,
That
say
makes it
via
even more
basic
confusing.
word triggers.
Yeah, like I could imagine like banter, like, "Oh, bro, you suck. Oh, bro, get good." Like that's cool, but it's like when they go to like, "Hey, f your mom, f that," they probably have like Crick said word triggers. I personally, I've never gone in game chat or VoIP and talk shit to anybody. It's not something I wake up in the morning and want to do. You know.
Well, I know me and
As
my
a
friends, we talk shit all the time. We talk trash talk.
Oh yeah,
Oh
like
yeah,
yeah,
between
like that's like
friends.
friendly
Yeah,
banter. Yeah.
oh yeah,
I
that's a
know.
given. You have to do it if you're playing
So
with
that's what I'm
friends.
saying. For us in my circle, among my friends, it is simple trash talk. And I'm not saying I'm going to be saying anything derogatory or
Mhm.
racist or anything like that, but it might be something that could be considered wrong if it's taken out of context among
Mhm.
friends, people
Mhm.
outside of the circle. So that's just a little bit concerning to me, that by them saying that the system is not going to target those things, but at the same time, it's not user based.
Yeah.
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 I guess as a person that's very how do I put this? Free spoken,
Mm, 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 mm,
perhaps. As a man who doesn't hold back what's on his mind,
mm, mm, mm.
I respect that.
Glitch.
I respect that a whole lot, and I like what they're doing because I believe that games are meant to be an escape from the horse shit
Yeah,
that
man.
occurs in real life.
They're
So
meant to
I
be
have no
fun.
problem with them. And to combat your thing where you mentioned, well, how do they do that? Do they record you all the time? There's a system that certain games have been using for VoIP, and that's essentially they will record it for the entire game, and it'll be monitored on a server, and it'll be looking for said words such as racial slurs,
Mm-hmm.
homophobic slurs,
Mm-hmm.
and when it hits the mark on that, it'll act on it. But as soon as the game's done, assuming nothing's been there, it'll delete it like it never happened. It's like
Oh,
it's never
makes
taking
sense.
space. Your
Yeah.
privacy won't be
Yeah.
invaded.
Kind of like the Google Home Nest. They're talking about it records you, but it doesn't really save anything. Yeah. That makes sense. But to clarify, it says the company's code of conduct forbids any language or content deemed illegal, dangerous, threatening, abusive, obscene, vulgar, defamatory, hateful, racist, sexist, and ethically offensive or constituting harassment. Ubisoft stresses the system will not target simple trash talk, so we're safe. We understand that it is a competitive game, and there will be some degree of trash talking, swear words used. We are expecting people not to take it too far, which is slurs and hate speech. We're really focusing on slurs, homophobic language, and similarly offensive toxicity. It said. I think it makes perfect sense. I obviously there will people out there that epic trolls. That's what they like to do, and they're like, "Oh, I hate this free speech. I can't say all these racial slurs because I have to say them when I play games because it helps me win." I don't see how anybody could look at this and be like, "This is bad." But I know there's people out there saying free speech. I think they have the right to do
People
what.
can scream it. People
Oh
can
yeah.
scream free shit all they want, but most games nowadays have a terms of service at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, they don't look through it. They just scroll to the bottom, hit accept. But in
Yep.
that terms of service, they can sneak in there, no racial slurs, no any of this stuff, or you will be subject to punishment.
Yep. And they're sitting there
Fuck your free speech.
screaming, they're over there venting on YouTube of why they got banned from Dragon Ball Z or Rainbow Six Siege or Call of Duty. I'm like,
Right.
yo, like, it blows my mind how anybody would go into any game and ruin someone's good time. We all paid, 60, 40, 30 bucks for this game. The last thing I want to hear is,
To enjoy it.
yeah, to enjoy it. I don't go play Call of Duty and games like that just to get yelled at. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it just blows my mind. And
I can't wait for it to be implemented, honestly, because
Yes.
it's just the toxic. That's why I stopped playing it, was because
Mhm.
of all the toxic randoms that you'd be put with. It's just,
it ruins your time.
People that are out there just to beat down the little, not the little guy, but the guy next to them because they got their own issues. I'm happy that game companies are taking a stand and going, my game that I busted my ass making for you is not meant to be your outlet for your racial and homophobic issues. So
Mhm.
fuck you and fuck your hate speech.
Yeah, because I see Glitchmaster said it's that free speech is the main principle of mine, but a company can do whatever the heck they want with their product. In my opinion, that includes banning people for whatever reason they choose, which is very true. Also, I don't think some people realize what free speech, what it entails with. You know,
Yep.
they just think it
It has
applies to
consequences, right?
yeah, you can say whatever you want. Yeah, but also there's consequences. I still can't fathom how some people out there think they could say whatever they want, mark it off as free speech, and then when they suffer consequences, i.e., getting fired from their job, getting not given that position, getting banned, they get upset. It's like you can say whatever you want. No one's control what you say, but there will be consequences, which they state in the terms of service. You know, that blows my house. Some people don't understand that.
It's that common sense thing. It's a
It's
bitch,
not
I'll tell you
common.
Can we
Slowly
even call
becoming
it common
uncommon.
sense? We just call it sense from now on. But yeah,
Keep living. Keep
yeah,
living.
I think it's a good thing, and it's dope to see Twitch stepping up, YouTube hopefully stepping up. Who knows what they're gonna do? And other games like Rainbow Six Siege and other communities saying, "Hey, we won't tolerate this toxic, the toxicity." Because I know some people do things just like Twitch, and YouTube. They're like, "Hey, if we X out this toxic demographic, which is quite a few people, we won't make the sales, make the quotas, or get as much income as we normally do." But to combat that, more people will come into the community. More people are likely to go. Like, honestly, the main reason why I don't play CSGO is the toxicity. It's just off the charts. It blows my mind. So, plus, I'm not good at it either. But I think it'll actually, yes, the backlash will be some people will leave, but I think it'll also, you'll be able to make a positive community out of it and more welcoming to new players.
Yeah, it's the toxic community has always been my number one thing that just kills it for me. That's why I stopped as well for CSGO, Overwatch, and Siege. I love all three of those games, but if I'm not going to have a fun time and I just got teams berating other players and taking it to another level out of just you suck,
Oh, yeah.
get good, and it's
Yeah.
just it's not fun for anyone.
You got people telling you to die. I've seen videos of people like venting, getting upset, and then sending somebody like private messages over PS4 network. I'm just like, yo, like, just chill. Just quit the game, put it down the controller, go outside, do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Fine. Yeah. But let's jump into our tech of the day. For that, Bites, man, do you want to take this away, man? This is your article. I know you're tech savvy and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, so I sent this to you because I just thought it was pretty childish that such huge companies in the game of tech, in the tech space, were kind of having a falling out. I'm not sure if everybody are familiar with the Nest product. Have you guys used any of their cameras or thermostats and things like that?
Love them.
No, I know what you're talking about. I've never used them.
I have them in my house. I love them. I wish I could get more. I want their thermostat. That's the one thing I hate my apartment can't handle. But their cameras and everything are just phenomenal, especially with having the family, being away every now and then, watching the kids when you're bringing groceries up and everything, or deliveries. It's actually helped me catch Amazon deliveries breaking my packages. So
Oh my God, me too, dude. I'm right there with you on that.
Do
I've
they just
caught
like chuck them in
several.
the door?
oh yeah, they
Yes,
come over my
from the
gate. I've
street.
got videos. I've tweeted one out a while ago. The guy just hangs over the gate and just
Drops it.
frisbees it up against the door.
Good Lord Jesus. Like they can't walk inside the gate an extra 10 steps?
Yeah, that's just too much for them. They had to come up the stairs. They're done.
It's so crazy, man. I mean, I use the products, both the camera and the thermostat. I think they're great products. But here recently, Nest decided to pull all of their products off of Amazon's website, basically telling Amazon, you guys are going to sell either our entire product family or you're not going to sell anything at all. This comes by way of the fallout that Amazon and Google are having. Reason is Google recently acquired Nest. They absorbed them into the company last month. So this whole feud is got a lot of consumers upset, specifically consumers who do a lot of shopping on Amazon, which we all do. And to find out that they can't get this product has been kind of giving them heartburn, as well as some other Google products that they have, like the Pixel phone. some of the home voice assistant speakers that they have. Amazon's like, we're not having it, you know. So
Well, I see their point a bit, because the one thing that bugs me about Google is you get so into their ecosystem and so used to something, and then they just all of a sudden just stop supporting it, and maybe later on will come out with something different. That's my biggest complaint with Google. They're notorious for it.
yeah, these guys are going back and forth, pulling their products from one side or the other. Google also removed their YouTube app from Amazon's Fire TV and streaming
Ooh,
products.
damn.
I use a Fire HD here, and I've got an update right now waiting for me to update my YouTube that I know is going to remove it off of there. And I'm afraid to do it. So, I mean, I just think this feud that they're having is, completely ridiculous. Glitch, I wanted to give it to you, man, just so that you were aware of this, but I
Mhm.
want to get you guys' opinion, because I think it's
Ye-
ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm looking in the article that says Amazon has steadfastly refused to sell some Google branded products like the Google Home voice assistant speaker and the company's Pixel smartphones. Damn, man, they're really going at it right now.
They're going hard, man. They're at each other's throats about this, which is, like I said, two very important companies that I think are going to make things easier for us in the future in terms of being a consumer. Amazon definitely has the space both in tech and also in this grocery space that they're kind of moving into with the food stores. It kind of upsets me a little bit that this separation is going to be more apparent than ever before.
Well, it
Mhm.
could also be more of a business thing for them too, because I know Amazon is starting to do their own hardware, because they had their own stuff that went out
Mhm.
with, what was that? The feature where delivery person can actually come into your house.
Amazon
To,
Oh yeah,
Home.
yeah,
Amazon Home. Yep.
Yeah,
so
we
that's all
talked
with.
about
They
that.
might be coming more with getting that all with their Echoes and
Hmm.
Alexis or whatever it is. So just getting it so that anybody can just buy that stuff. They just want them to buy that and not Nest or Google's apps and things. Because I know they even started slowing down. Amazon did with Apple products.
Yeah, exactly. I think what you're basically saying is both of these companies have products in the same categories. It's kind of what it boils down to. So they're in competition with each
Yeah,
other.
they're like, why would I
Um,
help them out? Why would I
yeah,
have them on my platform to get sales?
exactly,
It makes sense, but
exactly.
it seems childish though.
It
Oh,
seems
very
very
much.
childish to be in the news, to be in media, uh, with these type of actions and behaviors. It's kind of crazy to just see it kind of spill out into the
Hmm.
streets.
Yeah.
That article also shows in the last paragraph that Amazon also announced its acquisition of the Ring product, and I think you were just talking about this, Huck. Is that it is a smart home doorbell with an in-camera system. The company reportedly paid like $1 billion for the rights
Phew.
for Ring.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Which I don't know if you guys also remember, the Ring started out as a product on Shark Tank some years ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's amazing in itself, but at the same
1 billion.
time,
Hey man,
$1 billion.
I would if they approached me and said, "Hey, G, you want to sell that product for $1 billion?" I'm like, take it, take it. Jesus,
Yeah,
take the wheel. Like
it's
I
pretty
am
crazy.
done. $1 billion. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah,
That's the
so
way it used to be. Just create an app, sell it for $1 on the app store. You get a cool 1,000 people. There's
Hmm.
$1,000. If not, it takes off, and you could send it off to some venture capitalists.
I need to get
But
into app building for real. I need to get into something because this money, man. There's so much money in the tech industry. It's
there's
ridiculous.
gold in them hills.
Good
look,
Lord
It's
man,
just
Jesus, man.
look
Yeah.
look how stupid Shark Tank is looking today, knowing
Oh
that
yeah.
these guys came on the show,
Hmm.
they rejected them, saying that their company wasn't worth shit, and now to see that one of the biggest leaders in tech and products bought the company for that amount of money.
And
It's
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 actually pretty interesting how it happened because they said, we're not going to do it anymore. And Ring was just sitting there waiting, like, oh, we're ready. We got you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Huh.
So I thought it was an interesting article, man. I don't think it's gonna stop me from buying products from either side.
No,
Just me personally, I just prefer to shop on Amazon though.
I'm not going to
one
lie.
stop shop. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't used to use Amazon, but now, I mean, because my mixer, your cords, XLR cords, and all that stuff, electronics are so easy to buy on Amazon. And we got a hub I believe in Seattle. So it's quick here. It's really quick to get here to my house. So I'm digging Amazon for sure. But in no way I'm gonna be like, all right, I like Amazon more than I like the other company. But there are those the fanboys and fangirls that, are kind of like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what's gonna happen? But let's move on to I don't know if you guys have seen this. We got one last little gem of the week. This is Solo, a Star Wars story trailer. I think some of you guys have seen it.
Oh yeah.
But I remember some people talking about it, and I never got a chance to see it, so I thought I'd bring it to you guys and we'd watch it together as a family.
I haven't seen the whole thing, so I kind of waited to the show to watch it. Nice.
Let's do it. Let me know when you guys are ready to do it.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm good.
All right. 3, 2, 1, vamonos.
I've been running scams on the street since I was 10. I was kicked out of the flight academy for having a mind of my own. I'm gonna be a pilot. Best in the galaxy.
Hey, kid. I'm putting together a crew. You in?
God, just the cast alone.
Yeah, Donald Glover.
That's yes.
Oh heck yeah.
Right?
I might be the only person.
Can't quit looking at her and going,
Zach Khaleesi?
Yeah. Yep.
What you really are.
What's that?
Hi, I'll give it to you.
Get ready. Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
I have stuff to talk about.
All right, let's talk about this said stuff.
Let me get into it. I feel bad for Amelia Clarke because she's never going to get out of the Khaleesi role.
Yeah.
We're never going to be able to look at her and think of anyone other than the Mother of Dragon.
Mhm.
But beyond that, all I know is from my time with Rogue One, I have found out that anything followed by a Star Wars story, we're in for a treat. It had some different, it did things very differently from what we've seen in the Star Wars saga, and I actually think that's a good thing. The way they did it between camera angles, settings, atmospheres that they've given, it's very different. I don't want to use the term edgy, but it's not wrong.
Yeah.
It gives an edgier feel, it gives a more visceral feeling to the Star Wars universe, and I know from my time in Rogue One, I truly enjoyed that movie, and I really felt emotionally invested by the end of it, which is something movies do not do to me anymore. So I'm very excited to see Solo. In terms of the person playing Solo, I do not know his name. I'm a little skeptical of him right now, and I can't help it. I've been Harrison Ford all the way since, Han Solo was a thing on the screen. So I'm willing to give him a shot. I'm excited to give him a shot, but I'm going to be the disapproving father in the background until I realize he's meant for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's my soapbox on that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cast right now. They got Amelia Clarke, they got Woody Harrelson, which is, I like Woody's acting. Donald Glover. Now, Donald Glover has been killing it. Like he has been killing. Like he makes music. He writes Atlanta. Have you seen anybody watch Atlanta?
Oh, so good.
Piece.
Very good.
Did you guys watch the
good.
season premiere of the second season?
Not yet.
I did.
Oh,
Don't spoil it. Not
watch
yet.
it.
That guy's killing it.
Watch it. I was the first 10 minutes. I was like, this is gonna be an amazing season. Watch it's good. He's killing it, man. You got Paul Bettany. Oh, I've never heard of. Vandy Newton, Clint Howard, and you got some other ones in here too. Miss Ma'am Khaleesi. That's what I'm gonna call her from now on. Khaleesi. But like you said, people always refer to her as the Mother of Dragons, but I feel like that's what's going for her,
I see her throwing herself into roles, And I think that's really good because the only way you're going to get out of that mother of dragons and really proliferate yourself across the film uh, category is to really just say, you know what, fuck it, get myself into a lot of things that a lot of people are going to see, and people are hopefully going to quit seeing me as the mother of dragons and see me in all these other roles as all these other characters. So
Yeah.
hats off to her, and I wish her the best of luck.
Yeah,
Let's
it
not
can't
forget
end up being
Woody
the American
Harrelson is in
Pie.
it, too.
So,
What were we saying?
I'm
Bites?
sorry.
oh, I'm sorry.
Now I was gonna say, let's not forget Woody Harrelson is in it too.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
guy.
Do you feel, Craig, because it sounds like you're more into Star Wars than I think a lot of us, especially me, I'm not going to lie. Do you think this is going to be better than the previous movie?
Previous movies in the Rogue One or previous
Rogue.
movies in The Last Jedi?
Rogue One.
I think it's gonna be better just because people are going to be into it in terms of Rogue One was something kind of out there. Not a lot of people knew about Jyn Erso and her little story. But Rogue One, we're all talking about kind of a prequel to the life and times of a man that we all came to love in the original trilogy, Han Solo. So we're looking at the beginning of a guy and Chewbacca and everybody that people love. And we're looking at where they got their grit from, all the stuff from the Parsec run, which is heavily paraphrased because I don't remember the actual stuff. But they did the things, they're doing the things in this movie that Han talked about doing back in the good old days in the original trilogy. And that's exciting. So I think it's going to be better because we're shedding some more light into the life of one of the Star Wars saga's most famous and remembered characters. That scruffy little nerf herder named Han Solo. So I'm excited. I'm hyped.
A backstory on it, I'm all for it. I love the prequels and knowing why the characters are the way they are. I'm probably in the minority for it when it comes to Star Wars, but I loved all of the prequels, all of them. There were things that I didn't like about some of the movies, but I'm a huge fan for backstories on characters, even if it has to go into its own movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will never forgive the first one though. I will never forgive them for that one.
I
Fan of
want a movie on Jar Jar Binks, just on his upbringing
hate
and
you.
I want a movie on Jar Jar Binks, and I want it to squash all of that theories that he is actually the Sith Lord. That would just make me happy.
Jar Jar Binks, a Star Wars story.
It would make $1,000. That's it, and it would just be me seeing it over and over again. But I want it. I need it.
There you go. There you go.
I'll take cartoon. I don't care if they want to do a cartoon series on it. I'm all game.
I've had my soapbox. Let's see what others think.
Yeah. RoboHip says like Craig is saying, Han is beloved, so people will get really upset because they have their own idea of Han. I said Han,
bro.
Han. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I don't really follow Star Wars, so you know what I mean. I see it, and I'm like, oh, on the surface, it looks cool. I'm not running for the lore. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little ashamed, but you know, I think it's gonna be cool. I give it a 9 out of 10 because I like the movies. I like Star Wars. I can dig it. I also like Star Trek, so you know, I'm unbiased. What about you guys? What would you guys rate it?
For me, I don't know, man. I'm with movies. The trailer can look good, the cast can look good, and the damn thing could just suck. So I really want to go and see it and see how it turns out. I mean, I'm really hyped for Donald Glover.
Yeah, I think that's probably the sole reason I think a lot of people are gonna watch it too.
Yeah,
that
I'm really
weren't Star
hyped
Wars
to
fans.
see them. Yeah, round out the story for this, and it's gonna be filmed well. I mean, you can expect all the eye candy in the world for that, but there have been some trash Star Wars movies.
What about you, Huck?
Oh, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It
10
looks
out of
good.
10.
Even if it is just crap all the way. It's Star Wars. I'll take it. I'm excited for
It's
it.
better than nothing, right?
Oh yeah. The one thing that won me over too, I'm glad they didn't get I would have liked an actor that looked more like Harrison Ford when he was filming it, but I'm also glad that they didn't do at least CGI to force it, kind of like what they did with Loopers,
Mm-hmm.
making their faces look so similar. It
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
keeping it that way to see how it, aging and everything happens. I'm a fan of that. I like the direction they're going. The cast has won me over. Just the cast and putting Star Wars in the title. That has me. I'm giving it my money.
Yeah, see, that makes no sense to me, man. Like, just go give these people your money. You don't even know yet.
But you guys understand, like, there's some hardcore people that adore Star Wars, same as Star Trek, same as you got like the Avengers. I mean, people want.
I adore it too.
you know.
I adore it too. But just still, though, man, like I'm gonna have to see some reviews.
I'm probably
now.
gonna watch it. I never look at reviews, honestly, never. If I see a movie,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, if I'm skeptical, I just won't watch it till it comes out on DVD or I can rent it on demand. You know, but I don't watch reviews because I feel like it gives you expectations and it ruins it for you.
It does.
I love reviews.
It does. You know,
Not
especially
spoilers.
Well, then you
Don't
come
get it
in-
confused with spoilers. I don't like to
Well-
spoil the movie. But
Well,
I
even
do
with
like to
some
see
of
it.
some of the reviews, then you've got that somebody talking about a plot point or
Mhm.
where it started getting stale. You've got that in the back of your mind, no matter how hard you try to push it out.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You've
So you're
got
sitting there-
predetermined already.
because they're sitting there, we're just waiting to see what they were talking about. Like, yep, I agree. So I have to go in there fresh with no taintedness, and I'm good to go.
It's hard though. It really is.
Oh, with
Because you
Twitter
sit there
and everything.
You know,
Oh,
between
man.
Twitter, between YouTube, like IGN, for example, everything. You're sitting there and you're going, I really want to see this. I'm not sure if I should. Then you see the review and you go, maybe I'll check it out. Then that
There you
review absolutely
go.
trashes it, and you know for a fact that review that trashed it makes you go, maybe I shouldn't see it. You're not
Yeah.
thinking for yourself,
Like,
but
for
you can't help it.
yeah,
You're
like
looking
for
for help.
But we're actually reviewing the movie right now. I mean, like,
Yeah,
we're
that's
already
true. That's
You're
very
right,
true.
you're right,
judgment
you're right.
against
You're
the
right.
movie.
We're
Like,
not
Don't- nobody
reviewing
listen
it.
to
We're
us.
we're
I mean,
kind of.
stating
I
our
wouldn't say we're
opinion.
reviewing it. Reviewing it is
We'd have to have seen
seeing it and giving our thoughts on it.
we're
I'd say
basing
we're
our
simply-
thoughts right now off of the trailer.
That's
So-
true. So
I
it's
guess
a
that's fair.
mini trailer review.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
my argument. Is
Need a moment.
for me, based off of the trailer, I don't know, man. It seems like they're trying to get you on the hook again.
I mean, they got me. Donald Glover's a G, so I'm right there.
Yeah,
He
they
is
can
a
reel
G.
me in.
I'm with it. And a lot of people are hyped about him too. I don't see. I mean, obviously there's some haters out there, but a lot of people are hyped about it. So I'm with it. You guys definitely need to check out Atlanta. First season, second season, must watch.
I need to
First
finish
season
that.
was
That
good.
is a very good. From what I've seen of it, it's very good.
Oh yeah. But I mean, guys, that's pretty much our topics for the day. We talked about, God of War 20% off with Amazon Prime. Identity's developers finally announced their Town Hall module, April 23rd. Talk about Fortnite's new patch notes. I was talking about My Friend Pedro, which is over the top, just insane mix of Matrix dual wielding chaos. We covered Insurgency Sandstorm, which looks very promising, which is I might be just like hyped about it, but is the next big thing for FPS shooters. And then we also covered some, gems of the week, like Rainbow Six Siege. Stepping up to the plate, saying, "Hey, we're tired of all this racial slurs, homophobic slurs, and just toxicity in the community." And we just covered Han. I said it right. Solo Star Wars story. So yes, great
Do you even
podcast.
Star Wars, bro? Do you even Star Wars?
Do
though?
I even? I know someone's gonna
Do
say
you?
that. I don't, man. I'm
No,
sorry,
I'm
bro. But it was a bit epic. But let's go around the table and everybody say, for people that just came in the podcast, who you are, where they can find you, what time you stream, and all that good stuff. We'll start with Huck Holiday.
Yeah, I'm mainly a role player right now. You can find me at Huckleberry Holiday. That's Holiday with 2 L's. Here on Twitch, late nights Pacific Standard Time. Got a nice, lovely family that I got to be a part of at first. But if you're
Nice.
into role play and shooters and playing pretend, I'm
There you
around for
go.
that.
There you go. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Nice.
And then Mr. Isu Chief Craig. All right, on to
Fishing,
Bites.
Craig fishing.
He's probably
You left
fishing right now.
already?
Bites, where can people find you, man? What do you do?
Yeah. You can find me on Twitch at Bites World. I'm also on Twitter as well at Bites World,
Mhm.
primarily. And I stream a variety of games. I don't really have a core other than probably shooters. I do enjoy that. And,
Mhm.
you know, like UG, I try to check out most of the new stuff coming out.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all
Keep
about.
everybody happy, right?
Yeah. But also, guys, I want to thank everybody in chat right now and everybody watching this on YouTube or any other platform. Thank you guys for tuning into our 22nd. I can't believe we made it over. 20. We're gonna be going to 50, 100, 200. The podcast is gonna get better. We're working on some stuff in the background. We hope you guys like it, but definitely, guys, we'll be coming out with a Twitter account for the podcast very soon. We're just working on the logo, so you're gonna want to follow that. We have a lot of big stuff coming. Hopefully, we can get some dev interviews too, some indie dev interviews. I would have loved to get an interview by my friend Pedro for sure. That would have been really dope. But who knows? Maybe in the future,
Oh,
when it
that would be
launches.
awesome.
All right, but thank you guys for tuning in. I dropped everybody's Twitter account in chat, so definitely hit them up. They're amazing people. If you guys know anybody who wants to be on the podcast, who's on the cast right now or in chat watching, say, hey, I think such as would be a great guest, or this would be a great topic, at me, at Bites, or just DM one of us on Discord or Twitter and let us know, guys. All right. But you guys have a great night, and thank you guys for letting me, G, aka Glitz, be hosting the episode of Glitched Out Podcast, episode 22. Peace.